Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Telecast-tv. I'm Miracle Angala. A fresh legal storm is brewing around the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, following a petition challenging the validity of his enrollment as a legal practitioner and the authenticity of his National Youth Service Corps NYSC participation. A former first Vice President of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), Mr. John Aikpokpo-Martins, has formally petitioned the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee (LPDC), urging it to investigate what he described as a fraudulent enrollment of the lawmaker on the role of legal practitioner kept at the Supreme Court. At the heart of the petition is the claim that Kalu was mobilized for NYSC from March 9th, 2010 to March 8th, 2011, but simultaneously attended the Nigerian Law School between April 23rd, 2010 and July 1st, 2011. In separate correspondences to the LPDC and the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Aikpokpo-Martins alleged that Kalu unlawfully combined his NYSC service year with attendance at the Nigerian Law School, Enugu campus, an act he contends contravene both the Legal Practitioner Act and the NYSC Act. According to the petitioner, Section 2(3) of the NYSC Act mandates a continuous 1-year national service, making it statutorily impossible for a corps member to lawfully engage in full-time academic training at the same time. He further cited what he described as a strict policy of the Nigerian Law School and the Council of Legal Education prohibiting students from serving as a corps member during their period of study. In an affidavit deposed to before the LPDC, Aikpokpo-Martins averred that Kalu, who was admitted into the Nigerian Law School under the name Benjamin Okezie Osisiogu before effecting a change of name, solemnly declared on April 23rd, 2010 that he was not and would not engage in enrollment or participate in NYSC during his course of study. A Nigerian Law School registration form shows that Kalu declared, "I, Mr. Benjamin Okezie Osisiogu of 76 Factory Road, Umuahia, Abia State, hereby declared on my honor that I am not and will not be engaged in any enrollment or serve in the National Youth Service Corps during the period of my course at the Nigerian Law School." The petitioner, however, maintained that documentary evidence, including the NYSC discharge certificate number A001773067, allegedly issued to Kalu on March 8, 2011, shows that he continuously participated in the service year within the same period, specifically from September 3rd, 2010 to August 3rd, 2011. By a declaration made by the respondent on the 23rd, 4th, 2010, via his registration form at the Enugu campus of the Nigerian Law School, the respondent declared, "Thus, I, Mr. Benjamin Okezie Osisiogu of 1776 Factory Road, Umuahia, Abia State, hereby declared on my honor that I am not and will not be engaged in any employment nor serve in the National Youth Service Corps during the period of my course as at the Nigerian Law School." The petition states, however, contrary to the solemn declaration otherwise dubiously made by the respondent, the respondent was actually participating and continuously participating in the National Youth Service from the 9th, 3rd, from 9/3 2010 to the 8/3 2011, while supposedly being in the law school. Aikpokpo-Martins averred. Kalu was called to the Nigerian bar on the 7th. Kalu was called to the Nigerian bar on the September 6, 2011, and subsequently enrolled as a legal practitioner at the Supreme Court with enrollment number SCN 078630. But Martins insists that the circumstances surrounding the alleged overlap raised fundamental question about whether the Deputy Speaker met the mandatory 70% attendance requirement of the Nigerian Law School, a prerequisite for certification and call to bar. It is either he did not attend the Nigerian Law School as required, or he did not lawfully participate in the NYSC for a continuous period of 1 year, the petitioner contended. It is a fact and a matter of known policy that every student of the law school must attend 70% to be certified as having met and passed all the requirements necessary to be called to the bar and be issued a certificate of completion of study/training by the Council of Legal Education. Without meeting the said 70% attendance, a student cannot be certified to have met the requirement to be called to the bar, the petition states. The petition cited multiple provisions of NYSC Act that he alleged Kalu violated. Under Section 2(3) of the NYSC Act, a person liable to be called upon to serve in the service corps shall serve for a continuous period of 1 year as from the date specified in the call-up instrument served upon him. Section 13(1)(b) provides that any person who refuses to make himself available for service in the service corps continuously for the period specified in Section 2 of this section is guilty of an offense and liable on convict to a fine of 2,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 12 months or both such fine and imprisonment. Section 13(3) provides that any person who fails to comply with or who contravenes or breaches any aid or abates another to contravene any provision of this act is guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to a fine of 5,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 3 years or to both such fine and imprisonment. Section 13(4) provides that any person who is given an information for the purposes of this act, knowingly or recklessly making a statement which is false, is guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to a fine of 5,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 3 years or to both such fine and imprisonment. In his petition to the LPDC, Aikpokpo-Martins urged the disciplinary body to investigate the allegation and impose appropriate sanction under Section 11(1)(c) of the Legal Practitioner Act if the claims are proven. Simultaneously, in a letter dated February 9, 2026 to the NYSC Director General, he called for the withdrawal of Certificate of National Service number A001773067, reportedly issued to Kalu on March 8, 2011. He also demanded the prosecution of the Deputy Speaker under Section 13(1)(b), 13(3), and 13(4) of the NYSC Act, which prescribe penalty include fines and imprisonment for failure to serve continuously for 1 year or for making false statement in relation to the scheme. Endeavor to subscribe, like, and comment. Don't miss trending videos.
Deputy Speaker Kalu under fire as petition questions NYSC Law School records. Fresh legal storm don gather around Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu. And this time, not be political disagreement, na professional and statutory compliance issue wey fit shake serious table if authorities decide to pursue am fully. Now make we break am down step by step. A former first vice president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. John Aikpokpo-Martins, don formally petition the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, LPDC. The allegation heavy. He say e get wetin he describe as fraudulent enrollment on the roll of legal practitioners kept at the Supreme Court. The main issue, timeline. According to the petition, Kalu was mobilized for National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) from March 9, 2010 to March 8, 2011. The records from Nigerian Law School allegedly show say he attended law school Enugu campus between April 23, 2010 and July 1, 2011. If that timeline correct, it means say two things happen at the same time: full-time law school attendance and continuous one-year NYSC service. And that now where the serious legal question dey.